but I'll see if I can, make it late in the afternoon.
And I know I will not be participating tomorrow. I will, try on the 21st. And we'll certainly, I'll communicate anything that I can from Stanford Children's perspective on this initiative as well after tomorrow.
The time change may allow me to go tomorrow. What is the time on the 21st?
My understanding is 10 to 1 as well,
Yeah.
same time.
It is, yep.
And I haven't heard otherwise, but I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deanne. Anyone else for public comment? Okay, we have legal bills for 2011. Mr. Belkonis?
Legal bills for the month of January are $4,777, of which $3,150 is related to labor. You have a breakdown of the different cases that are out there. It's interesting to note under general labor services, you'll see that there's a note for a case called Bornstein versus Town. This is a long-running dispute that has probably been going on for 10 years or so. And I've been informed by counsel that all appeals in that case have been exhausted, so that the case is resolved. And there are no further appeals that will be coming forth on the Bornstein case, which I believe involved First Street.
Correct.
So that is, that matter is concluded,
Does-
and I recommend, yes.
Does that mean that the gate's coming down?
I do not know that if it means that the gate is coming down. I know that it means that any request that the individual had made for damages, it was a substantial damages request made against the town, that will not come to fruition. That's all I know at this point.
Could we just double check to assure that the right to use that street is now no longer in dispute?
Of course, I'll touch base with council on that.
And if so, remove the gate.
May have to go to court on that.
Well, whatever. Longer than 10 years, too. I go up with,
That's never ending.
yeah, long, long time.
I don't want to know how much was spent on that
But
litigation.
at some point, I mean, that's a good thing, but I think we need to now perfect our interests, meaning the towns and the public's right to access, in order to finally end it. And if it means a little more litigation, then he wants to spend more money,
Mhm.
it's his choice. We may have to too, but at this particular point in time, I don't think we should allow for, any type of adverse possession or
Mhm.
right of access having been denied for a certain period of time to expire and lose the right of access, whether it be for public safety vehicles or for the residents that live down on First Street and Magnolia Road area. So,
Okay. Any other comments on legal bills?
I had a question.
Yes.
I just needed to try to understand something on the first page.
Which page?
The FY 2011 legal, the summary numbers. And I just, maybe it was just a mental issue, but when I looked at the year-to-date of 36,490, and I looked at the other at 32,644, and that 3644 represents the numbers just below it, as does the water for the 1906. But when I look at the going across on the top on the year-to-date, I have a difference of 1940. Am I misunderstanding something there?
You've got me all confused, Selectman. You'll have no idea what.
Just go to the top right-hand corner of page 1,
Yeah.
all right? You see year-to-date 36,490.
I see it.
Yep.
And then you see water 1906, and then other 32,644. Going across, there's a difference of 1940. Now, I realize that the numbers going down are just totals of the above tally, but I can't figure out why there would be a 1940 difference between year-to-date and subtracting the 1906, and then you get 36.
because it's coming out of the Water
32,644.
Enterprise Fund, I believe.
I understand that.
Source of funding.
Yeah, but there's still a difference of 1940.
Basically, the funding sources are water or other, and they don't add up, is what you're saying.
Right.
They just haven't identified the rest of the funding for it.
To our advantage to approve numbers that don't add up?
What I can tell you is that the cost of 38,490 is the correct amount,
36,490.
36,490. Which is substantially below our run rate that we normally see for council. So I don't see any reason why, I don't see any reason why this should be held up on that basis. I can get back to you and correct the sheet, but I believe the amounts are correct that are here.
It's up to the board on that, but I'm just looking at one section. I did not have a chance to read everything on it, but so, based on that, I won't be approving it, but I'm sure the board will.
Basically, this report, Jeff, identifies our expenditures. I think the funding sources are there to kind of identify what's coming out of the enterprise funds. So that'll get it obviously corrected in payment. I don't see any reason to hold it up.
We'll correct it for next month, but I will tell you that the amounts for January are correct.
Oh, no, I think it's just the way the chart is built. It adds up.
Anything else? Mr. Prisco?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve legal bills for January 2011 in the amount of $4,777.07 as follows. Copeland and Page PC General, $472.08. Copeland and Page PC Labor, $3,150. Copeland and Page PC Water, $1,154.99, totaling $4,777.07.
Second.
On the motion, Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries 4-1. Next item on our agenda are appointments and reappointments.
Just did a complete 360.
This is the current month.
Okay.
This totals
Want me to read the motion, or you want to talk about it first?
This is the.
Read the motion and we'll talk about it.
Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following name for reappointment as member of the Youth Services Committee for a term to expire December 31st, 2013. Tracy Helms, 16 Devons Road. She's an incumbent.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Mr. Prisco.
Tracy's been on the committee since its inception. She's done a wonderful job. She's committed to the committee and to the kids, and she's really have brought a significant value to the committee. So I think I would ask that you would please support me in having her continue her position on the committee.
Any other comments? Mr. Yule.
Yes, I know Tracy as well, and she is a very dedicated person who is, works very hard for any group that she works for, and, or does some help with. So I think it's a very good recommendation.
Any other comments?
Ditto.
Ditto.
She works hard.
Great. On the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. And the next is wastewater, so it's either you or I.
Take care if you don't mind.
Okay.
You sit there and relax a little bit. I read that big proclamation, so I can handle this.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. I'm glad we have still some humor left.
Of course, always do, always do. Mr. Chairman, I move to place in nomination the following names for appointment as members of the Water and Wastewater Planning Advisory Committee for a term to end at the completion of the project. Rich Gonavelli, DPW Representative Martin Fair, Board of Health Representative Joseph Fode, Water Commission Representative Warren Pierce, CPC Representative Luke Roy, 446 Park Street, Michael Prisco, Board of Selectmen, Bob Merceres, Board of Selectmen.
Second.
On the motion,
My
Mr.
group, except for the last
Prisco,
two.
seconded by Mr. O'Leary. I'll make a comment on the one individual's not part of the town staff, or unknown as Mr. Roy, who's a new person on the scene. I spoke to him. He's a civil engineer, works for a local engineering firm here in town. I believe it's O'Neill. He had put his name in to get on the wastewater committee before it was dissolved. So this is not brand-new interest, and he's interested in helping out, and it seems like he has, great background for the particular task at hand, so I'm in support of Mr. Roy, along with the other members proposed. There's not a limit on the membership at this point, so when we get to vote, I'll just waive the requirement for a roll call vote. Other comments? Any? On the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Unless we get that committee in place now. I guess it'll be up to you and I to get a meeting scheduled.
Okay.
Okay. Next item on our agenda, I believe, is the town administrator's report.
Right, it was submitted as a separate
Oh,
packet
that's right. I
this
was looking for
afternoon.
it. Yeah, there it
Look
is.
for the yellow copy. I'll wait for everyone to get it.
Mr. Beliconis.
I wanted to update the budget calendar. There's a copy of it that's in your supplemental packet this evening. Key dates are proposed budget hearing on April 19th, and then the last date for the board voting its budget recommendations would be on Monday, May 2nd. Some of the other key dates that are highlighted in here is the school committee budget hearing, which is on April 11th. Additionally, you can see that the board will convene jointly with the Finance Committee at its meeting on the 21st and its meeting on the 4th to meet with departments concerning ongoing budget presentations. So I would ask for you to consider the calendar, specifically as it relates to establishing a date for the budget hearing, which would be a Tuesday of April 19th.
And the 18th is what, a holiday?
It is.
Is that another school vacation week? How's everybody doing there? I'm okay, man.
I'm good.
Everyone available on
Already
that?
vacationed out?
I'm done.
You're done, huh?
What about
All
you?
set.
Are you-
All set.
Yours is done too, okay.
I'm planning on
So
it for a
that'll be
while.
the date that we operate, is the 19th.
There'll be a financial planning team meeting in between on, what was the date we set this morning? I've already forgotten.
Friday, the 8th of April, if my memory's correct.
Right, I think you're right. It'll be just prior to the school committee budget hearing. By the way, the school committee's having a budget workshop on March 31st. So we're getting down to the wire. It comes up pretty quick. We're hoping to have some more news from the State House. The revenue plan hasn't changed from January, as we wait for, now that, I guess we're waiting for two key items. One is, what the House is gonna do with the budget and how close are they gonna be to the governor's proposal, and then two, the legislative action on the governor's proposals on health insurance plan design and what was I think the other one was
Municipal relief.
municipal relief, whatever that means. So that's the schedule, confirmed with the school committee this morning. Yeah, with the financial planning team, the school members this morning. Next, Mr. Beltran.
Next is just an update. The